Morning, everyone. It's Penelope, and I'm really in the middle of a bunch of stuff this morning. I'm trying to get some chores done that I didn't get done this weekend. I'm also doing a few other things as far as trying to get some videos ideas ready for this week. Um, but yesterday I discovered that maybe I'm not clear on how I want to present grocery shopping for a family, and incorporating coupons. The very number one thing when you are getting ready to do your grocery shop is to do an in house inventory. And I don't know how to express that and how important that is. If you have meat in your freezer, that will be one meat for a meal for the week that you don't have to buy at the grocery store. Okay, so inventory your house, inventory it, and I will tell you later how to do that. Number two, sale shop. What's on sale? What meats are on sale? And always plan your meals around your meat, your protein. And then number three, incorporate coupons. Now, when I say incorporate coupons, um, you can incorporate coupons into your budget by what's on sale and what the deals are for stock ups, or what's on sale and what's on deals that go with some meals that you're planning. So, in order to properly use a coupon, obviously you want to use them with a sale and a deal or so on and so forth. Um, but the most important thing to do is to do an in house inventory every time you do a meal plan. I don't care if you have things in the freezer, the refrigerator, or your pantry, incorporate those into meals. So that way you don't have to buy as many meals when you go to the store. And then you can start your stock up with your coupons. That's how you do it. Okay? And I just can't stress it enough that you have to really get creative sometimes with those meals. This is how I do it. I've put this down many times. I have a piece of paper. I put my menu plan on one side and my grocery list for that menu plan on the other side, and I stick to it. Now, when I go to the store and I find something that's on sale, I will scratch one of those meals and and start a meal plan on the fly at the grocery store. For example, yesterday, um, I found some ground beef and some little beef steaks, and I incorporated that into a new plan in my head. I didn't write it down, but I know what I'm going to do with that. Okay, so I don't have to pull anything out of the freezer, but it was such a good deal I couldn't pass it up because that's how I am. So I decided that I would use that 3 pounds that I bought for meatloaf. I decided that I would do a beef fajita or a beef stir fry and incorporate that into my new meal plan, which I will be posting here in on my cabinet right over here. Oops, which way? I can't decide which way I want to go. Right over here. I will make a new meal plan for this week. So I had to do that. Okay, first things first. Before you do anything, you want to set a budget. You want to set a budget of your shopping weekly. What can you afford? What is the importance and how much should you spend? Well, I would start out with $20 per person per week. Okay? I know it sounds like a lot, but it really isn't. Okay? If you do $20 per person per week, add $5 to cover tax or extras that you find with your coupons. So for a family of four, $85 a week is not a grocery budget. It's not bad at all, especially if you're going to start incorporating coupons at first to get some stock ups. So 85 bucks is not that bad. But if you do an extensive inventory and meal plan from what you already have, you can cut that immediately. You can probably cut that in half if you do that. If you plan the 7 days, 7 meals, and say you have meals at home and you incorporate that into your meal plan. Meal planning is the absolute first thing that you need to do in order to save money on groceries. Now, what I say is $6 a meal is a good price for 4 people. I mean, if you're feeding your family for $6 for 4 people a meal, that's pretty good. But as you get better at it, you can start cutting it. Okay. So for 7 days, that's $30. Okay. So for $30, you have 7 meals and keep it to that. And then you can start cutting it. Keep your meals to $6. And if you can give less, absolutely do that because that's what's going to start saving you money. And then I recommend each week cut $10 from your budget. Cut $10. Like next week, maybe say, okay, my budget's going to be $75. And as you budget yourself, it's going to cause you to absolutely want to figure out how to do it more cheaply. So every week, cut $10 off your budget just to see if you can do it. If you can't, well, then you really haven't changed your opinion. But $85 a week is not a bad grocery bill for the beginners. Now, for us who know how to do it, that's crazy, right? Okay, but in reality, even before I couponed years ago when I had my every other week check, I would shop for my husband and I, 2 people, $80 every 2 weeks. So that's $40 a week for 2 people. That's not bad. So it's actually the same as, if you went this way. So I would say $85 a week is not a bad grocery haul, especially if you're going to get special things. You're going to get those things that you need, but always make sure you have that $5 for your tax, for your taxable products, and for those little extra things. But always remember, try to keep it at $30 for your meals for 7 days for 4 people. Okay? Now, if you do that, then you're not going to spend the full $85. But you can have a little bit of play with your money in order to do some coupon stock ups. And that's what your goal is if you're a couponer. Couponing is about stocking up on items that are on sale that you can find free or close to free. If you are going to Kroger and that's where you shop and you can get your items for 99 cents to $1 a piece, you're doing great. That's a goal. If I can get my products for $1 and it's like going to the Dollar Tree, I'm doing good. And that's how I feel about it. I still every now and again will spend $80 at the grocery store on a haul, but not very often. And it really has to be something that is super, 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 super big. So anyway, keep your meals to $6. Try to keep your meals to $6 a meal per 4 people if you have 4 people in your family. And I always use 4 because I think that's a good number, because when you make in meals for 4, you can add one more person to that meal plan with no problem. So that would be 5 people. But anyway, I recommend $20 per person per week, and that $5 extra. So if you're a family of 4, $85. Okay. The best thing that I can say about the inventory is how important it really is in order to cut your bill immediately. This is going to cut your bill better than any other way, is doing your inventory. Do your fridge. Do you have eggs, cheese, meat, milk, juice, veg, and leftovers in there? If you do, utilize them first. That's your first thing, because your fridge food is going to go bad first. So you want to use that for your first beginning of the meals for that 7 days. Go to your freezer. Do you have meats, vegetables, or frozen meals in your freezer? Utilize them. Put them in that meal plan. Now in your pantry, you're going to find your pastas, your rice, your taters, your side dishes, your canned foods like soups, meats, vegetables, and sauces, condiments. Know what's in your pantry. And then you have this other category down here, bread. Do you need sliced bread, garlic bread? Do you need biscuits? Do you have biscuits in your refrigerator? The Pillsbury peel-out biscuits? Do you have biscuit mix? You can always incorporate those into a meal as well. So if you want to be a proper meal maker, you want a bread. I don't always need a bread, but we do sandwiches quite often. Okay, so that's your inventory. Check your inventory. Make meals that you already have in your house. I can't stress that enough. That is part of saving grocery money weekly. It's just what you do. Say you bought 2 of something one week, well, then the next week you're going to use it on your meal list. I mean, that's how it goes. So if you're not cooking those 7 meals that you bought the first time, then use them the next time, because that's how you're going to save money. Okay, create meal plans. Creative menu plan with your inventory items. That's so important. Example, say there was some frozen chicken breasts. You go into the pantry, you find some pasta, you have some Alfredo sauce, and you have some salad items. That's a meal. Okay, that's one meal you don't have to buy. Say you go into your refrigerator and you have some eggs, some cheese, maybe some sausage, and some salad vegetables, not iceberg lettuce, but spinach and greens, maybe some peppers, onions, tomatoes. Make an omelet. Just make an omelet. Example number 3, you go into your cabinet and you have tuna. You go in your refrigerator, you have some eggs, and you have some more vegetables in your refrigerator like celery, onions, peppers. Make some tuna salad. Make some tuna salad sandwiches one night. Grab out a can of soup that's in your pantry and have tuna salad and soup that night. That's how you get creative. You have to go and do your inventory. You have to know what you have, and you have to write them down so that you can see, okay, I don't need this, but say I have the frozen chicken breasts, I have the pasta, but I don't have any Alfredo sauce. So you run to the store, you get your Alfredo sauce. No. You want to put that on your menu list. That's the only item you need for that meal. Okay? So when you make your list, you know that the only thing you need for this first meal of frozen chicken breast that you have in the freezer is the Alfredo sauce, and that's all you pick up for that meal. That's it. Even if you don't have a coupon, but you really want that Alfredo chicken and pasta, get the Alfredo sauce. But that's the only thing you're going to get for that meal, because you already have the protein, you already have the side, and you already have the vegetable. That's how you do it. Okay. Okay. Meal plan. This one here, meal plan sale ads. Okay. You always start with meats. Always. Your protein is what you base your meal around. What's on sale? What do I have in inventory? And when I go into the store, did I find something that I just like that pork loin that was $4 yesterday? Okay, I have pork loin in the freezers, but those meals I can keep because they're already frozen. This pork loin is $4 for this week. I went ahead and spent $18 over budget. Well, I got $18 worth of meat that I can use this week for my meal plan. And I don't have to pull the meat out of the refrigerator. I just change my meal plan a little bit. I just tweak it. And I have 1, 2, 3 more meals, which actually with leftovers, I probably already have 7 meals just from those three packages of meat, 4 packages of meat. Okay. So with that $18, I've got my meat bought for the week. $18. My meat is done. You can't turn your nose up when you're trying to budget and you're trying to get a coupon stock up, because your goal is to get what you need and only what you need if you have to, and utilize coupons to stock up on the things that you may not need today or may not need tomorrow, but you're going to need them, and you're going to get them really, really cheap to put in your cabinets or your freezer. That's the goal of couponing. Stock up. So you don't have to buy those needs again until they rotate back in on a sale. I'm just saying, that's how you do it. Okay. So, you went in, what's on sale? For example, ground beef. When ground beef is on sale, you buy a couple of those logs, and you have 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 meals out of those. Divide them how you want, put them in the freezer, and then you have those. So that way you can incorporate that into the next week's meal and the week after that's meal. So that's a meal you don't have to buy every week. Am I making myself clear? I don't know. Sometimes apparently I don't. Okay, vegetables. I always prefer fresh, frozen, and then canned. But here's the thing. If you buy fresh, you can freeze it. So if you find a really good deal on fresh green beans, get them. Go ahead and get them. If you have that 2 off of 10 best customer bonus coupon from Kroger that they send in the mail, go ahead and buy $10 worth of produce. Find everything that you can find on sale and freeze some of it. Some of the berries. Say the berries are on sale. Grab some berries, grab some fresh vegetables, grab some produce that you can freeze and freeze them. That's going to help save on your vegetables for next time. Okay, I spent $10 on vegetables. I spent $18 on meat. So what's that? That's 28 bucks. 28 bucks. I got enough meat to feed me for the week, and I've got fresh vegetables and fruit. There you go. Okay. Side dishes. Side dishes are really, really easy. Side dishes are what you're going to find most of your coupons on, like your pasta dishes. For example, the Betty Crocker coupons sometimes will go for the Au gratin potato side dishes. Those are really super good for a good side dish for anything, really. You can even incorporate things into those. You can put some ham in them. You can put some more cheese. Maybe you can put some vegetables, a can of peas or some frozen peas in there and stuff like that. So side dishes are pretty easy and pretty cheap. Pastas, rices, and potatoes. Those are your three main side dishes if you do a lot of side dishes. So meat, then your veg, and then your sides. Okay, so when you're buying high-priced items, that's where you get your budget going off the hooks. Okay, now if you buy cheap food, and I'm not saying cheap food, I'm saying you know how to buy your food cheaply, then that will leave money for your coupon stock up. That's the whole thing about couponing. Okay, so we are going to end it with couponing 101. Oops. Coupons are to be used only if they work with sales for stock ups. Okay, they might make your meals better only if they're on sales. Meal planning and budget should come first, always. 7 meals, 7 days. Start with $6, then cut each week with more creative and couponing deals. And what I mean by that is if you're spending $6 a meal for 4 people, you're doing fantastic. So that's why I recommend keeping the budget $20 per person a week and $5 extra for the tax that you may pay and for little incidentals that you might get. So couponing comes third, but eventually if you do a budget and you just start cutting your budget every week by $10, you'll start getting it. Or keep that $10 back and use that $10 for just couponing. Okay? So if you're allowing yourself $85 a week for 4 people, and then the next week you cut it $75, but you still have this $10 in your envelope or your card or whatever. I mean, I recommend having it visual. I mean, I can't imagine shopping off a card. That would totally blow my mind because it's too easy. It's too easy to spend more. It's too easy to just put it out there, you know. When you have that budget, you're going to watch what you're putting in your cart and you're going to know. But anyway, $20 per person per week plus 5 is not a bad deal, and then start cutting it back. And the cut back is what you're going to put into your couponing, and then pretty soon, if you do this correctly and you start stocking up on your meat proteins, you'll do a really good job. So like I said, do that inventory. Meal planning, inventory, in-house inventory, and then sales shop, and then include your coupons into your weekly budget. Just saying. Have a good day, y'all. Bye.